It was 4:42 a.m. on April 2nd, 2025. The world was asleep, the ocean was still, and then hell opened. From the mountains of northern Yemen, 15 ballistic missiles and more than 20 drones ripped into the night sky, streaking toward the USS Harry S. Truman, a $13 billion floating fortress and one of the most powerful symbols of American naval dominance. This wasn't just an attack, it was a direct challenge, a strike at the very heart of U.S. power in one of the most strategically vital waterways on Earth. The enemy believed they could blind her, break her, sink her. But what followed was more than defense. It was a masterclass in modern warfare, an event that would echo across the globe and leave militaries everywhere scrambling to rethink their strategies. This is the untold story of the night the USS Truman was ambushed, and how America's retaliation shook the world. Stay tuned until the end, because what happened after the missiles fell was unlike anything the modern battlefield has ever seen. Part 1, The Calm Before the Storm. April 1st, 2025. The Red Sea stretched quiet beneath a flawless night sky. The USS Harry S. Truman moved steadily through international waters, its decks alive with routine operations, maintenance crews checking aircraft, watch officers monitoring sea lanes, and sailors preparing for another day at sea. On board, more than 5,000 men and women carried out their duties, completely unaware that within hours they would be thrust into one of the most coordinated missile and drone ambushes against a U.S. aircraft carrier in decades. Carriers like the Truman aren't just ships. They are floating cities, symbols of deterrence, and power projection platforms that can alter the balance of a region with their mere presence. But history has proven that even fortresses made of steel can be vulnerable when an enemy strikes with surprise, precision, and overwhelming numbers. Part 2. The Sky Turns Red. At 4:42 a.m., alarms shattered the silence. Klaxons blared across the decks, jolting sailors awake as the Combat Information Center lit up with warning icons. Dozens of hostile radar signatures appeared on screens. Erratic, fast, and approaching from multiple directions. Some were high-altitude ballistic missiles arcing down from the stratosphere. Others skimmed the waves, hiding in sea clutter like predators closing in on their prey. From northern Yemen, 15 medium-range ballistic missiles roared toward the Truman, each capable of devastating destruction. At the same time, 20 drones, many equipped with electronic jamming pods and decoys, filled the skies, flooding U.S. radars with false targets designed to overwhelm and confuse. For 18 terrifying seconds, the Truman's main phased array radar lost track of the threats. In the face of Mach 5 warheads, 18 seconds is an eternity. Then came the unthinkable: impact. One missile slipped through and detonated near the Truman's starboard bow. The ship shuddered violently. No hull breach, no casualties. But the message was clear. This wasn't a drill. It was a declaration of war. Part 3, The Defense Awakens. The Truman Strike Group snapped into action. Like a living organism, every vessel, every sailor moved in flawless coordination, honed by years of training. Outer defense destroyers. USS Gravely and USS Mason immediately unleashed volleys of SM-2 and SM-6 interceptors. Trails of fire streaked skyward, colliding with incoming warheads. Within moments, 5 ballistic missiles were shredded mid-air, lighting up the horizon in a cascade of fireballs. Middle defense. From the Truman itself, the Evolved Sea Sparrow missiles, ESSM, launched in quick succession. Agile and precise, they hunted the smaller drones, intercepting them just miles from the carrier. Wreckage rained into the sea in burning fragments. Inner defense. The last line was the close-in weapon systems, the legendary CIWS, nicknamed Sea Whiz. Their mechanical scream echoed across the deck as thousands of tungsten rounds tore through the night sky. One drone managed to slip dangerously close, barely 400 yards from the flight deck, before it was ripped apart in a blinding fireball. The Truman shook, smoke drifted over her decks, and adrenaline surged through every sailor aboard. Yet not a single American life was lost. Against overwhelming odds, the defense had held. But deep down, everyone knew this was only the beginning. Part 4. The Retaliation Orders. In the Combat Information Center, the atmosphere shifted. It wasn't panic, it was precision. A calm, determined rhythm overtook the crew. Electronic warfare officers filtered out layers of false signals and re-established clean radar pictures. Overhead, E-2D Hawkeye early warning aircraft extended the Truman's eyes, while EA-18G Growlers jammed enemy control frequencies, sending hostile drones crashing into the sea like broken toys. Within minutes, intelligence teams had traced the attack to its origins. Hidden launch pads buried in Yemen's rugged mountains, camouflage warehouses along the coast storing drone fleets, and hardened command centers coordinating the strike. The decision was unanimous and absolute. This attack would not go unanswered. The United States would retaliate, not cautiously, but decisively, with a response powerful enough to shake the region and send a warning to the entire world. Part 5. Fire from the sea and sky. By the afternoon of April 3rd, retribution was unleashed. Tomahawk cruise missiles erupted from the tubes of U.S. destroyers, skimming low over the waves before rising to slam into hardened Yemeni launch sites. FA-18. Super Hornets thundered off the Truman's flight deck, loaded with precision-guided munitions. Their bombs struck drone hangars, radar stations, and key command centers with surgical accuracy. From distant bases, B-1B Lancer bombers entered the skies above Yemen. They carried bunker-busting ordnance, designed to obliterate deeply buried targets that ordinary weapons couldn't touch. The combined assault shattered infrastructure, leveled launch pads, and dismantled the very backbone of the ambush network. In less than 48 hours, the Houthis' ability to mount such an attack again was crippled. The message was unmistakable, clear, and deafening across the world. You do not attack a U.S. carrier and walk away unscathed. Part 6. The Silent War. While the world watched missile trails and fireballs, another war was happening invisibly. The Truman's escorts deployed the AN/SLQ-32 electronic warfare suite, known as Slick 32. Instead of firing missiles, they unleashed jamming waves, hacking signals, and frying GPS systems. Drones lost control mid-flight. One by one, they spiraled into the sea. No explosions, no noise, just silence. For the first time in naval history, a swarm of enemy UAVs was defeated without expending a single missile. It was victory by algorithm, by invisible weapons, by dominance of the electromagnetic spectrum, and it changed modern warfare forever. Part 7. Global shockwaves. By April 4th, the skies over the Red Sea were clear. No new drone launches, no fresh missile strikes. The Houthis, who had dared to strike a nuclear-powered U.S. carrier, were silent. Their infrastructure shattered, their networks blinded, their operators scattered. But the message reached far beyond Yemen. From Moscow to Tehran, from Beijing to every militia watching from the shadows, the lesson was the same. Test American resolve at sea, and you will pay the price. Part 8. The Lessons of Truman. Military analysts were quick to draw conclusions. Yes, the U.S. had prevailed, but the attack raised serious questions. How had a militia group managed to launch such a sophisticated, coordinated strike? What happens next time when the attackers are faster, smarter, or backed by a major state power? Could even the most advanced carrier strike group survive a hypersonic swarm? In Washington, discussions turned toward the future. AI-assisted targeting, hypersonic interceptors, laser weapons, microwave cannons. The battlefield was changing, and the Truman attack was a glimpse into wars yet to come. Final outro. When dawn broke on April 5th, the USS Harry S. Truman sailed on, undamaged, undefeated, and unbroken. But what shocked the world wasn't just America's firepower. It was the discipline, the training, and the flawless coordination that turned chaos into choreography. The world had witnessed not just defense, not just retaliation, but a reminder. The seas are still ruled by those who are prepared, relentless, and united. And in that moment, the Truman Strike Group wrote a message in fire across the skies of the Red Sea. You do not attack a U.S. carrier and walk away. If you found this story as riveting as we did, don't let it fade into silence. Hit that like button. Subscribe for more untold stories of modern warfare. And share this video so the world remembers the night the USS Truman stood firm and the US response that shocked the globe. Because history isn't just written in books. Sometimes it's written in the thunder of missiles, the silence of jamming waves, and the resolve of those who refuse to fall.